Hello, traveler. Thanks for stopping by the Tavern Post Inn. Here we are, we've got some sales going on, some happy thoughts, someone's having an emotional breakdown in the corner.
It's me.
It's our good friend,
Tal.
And Sam. We're here with something with a cookie for sure. She's
eating some of that stew in the background.
She is. She's enjoying the stew in the background. But, you know, we've decided to take a break from reality and the thoughtful reality and have a thoughtless moment.
No thoughts, just posting on the Tavern Post Inn.
So here we are with a weekly question.
QOTW, QOTW.
The question of the week.
The question of the week. It's the question of the week.
The week.
No synchronicity.
That's the new theme song.
I imagine Tom Haverford singing it.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
No synchrony.
So this week's question comes to you saying, which parallel universe version of yourself would you want to meet and why?
So I do like this question.
It's a fun question.
Because it assumes whatever kind of insane multiversal reality. I would want to know, first of all, is it like a quantum immortality kind of situation where it's every moment creates an infinite parallel universe, or is it like from the start parallel universe? So there is some kind of what is the parallel universe questions to it. But in general, I think my answer would be, because I think it's pretty self-evident that my real goal outside of my personal stability goals is, like, honestly, to figure out and actualize whatever my version of understanding of enlightenment is, right? So I think I would go to whatever version of Tal was able to, hey, buddy, did you do it?
Did you get there?
How did it work? You want to give me some notes?
I have questions.
Yeah, do I just sit under the fig tree like that?
How does one...
Do I cross my eyes? What do I do here?
Do I scratch my left ear?
Yeah,
on the third Wednesday of a month?
Yeah, is there a ritual to it? Was Jesus right? You know? Was Buddha right, you know? Which one of all the pantheon do I need to go to get these answers here, you know? No, but I think that, you know, ultimately I would... Instead of, like, giving the cop-out answer and I go to whatever Buddha Tal or enlightened Tal there is, I would go to whichever one was able to, like, genuinely figure out, like, how to control their reactions to, like, minimize their individual suffering and, like, the suffering of others, right? I would want to know the version of Tal that was able to actually, like, in my understanding of compassion, like, be the most net positive. And, like, was able to actually be that balanced, whatever, you know, pseudo-spiritual, pseudo-scientific, pseudo-whatever, you know, person that was able to be like, hey, like, I actually took the time here to just sit here and listen and be okay. Here's, like, and you're me, I'm you. Here's what you would need to do to, like, be okay. Like, and if you can be okay like this, here's how it can help other people, right? You know, so it's that kind of weird net positive. And instead of that, whatever that bullshit billionaire new crypto philosophy, techno-crypto philosophy of, like, altruistic compassion or whatever, where they're trying to do the most net positive for the future while fucking over the now. I would try to do essentially the opposite of just how could I figure out how to help the most people now so I could help the most people in the future at the same time, you know? So I think it'd be some weird, like, you know, I wish I would be able to go to some moment where it's like, oh, I wish I stayed with that person, or I wish I would have left that person sooner, or I wish I would have stayed in the monastery, or gone off to some adventure, or gone to the Peace Corps. No, I don't really actually care about any of those differences. I'm very satisfied with my lived reality. What I would want to know is how to do it in the way that was the best version possible.
Your answer is very profound.
Oh, thank you.
And next to yours, mine are going to be the most ridiculous answers.
They should be ridiculous. And I think, because, like, I think mine's ridiculous. I think it's ridiculous to be like, no, I'm going to go fucking talk to enlightened Tal.
No, but, like, imagine if you could. Like, that would be so cool.
It would be cool, right?
And
that's I think it would be. And I think, but at the same time, though, like it'd be fun to like live in a shared reality where I was like the like ultimate like version of Anthony Bourdain, right? You know, or like Steve Irwin, or like you know, or like some actual like wood elf, right? You know, or druid. You know what I mean?
We're going back to the D&D
That's like
stuff.
I can go to any of that. Like I'd love to like. I think it would be really cool to like live in a universe where I think the non-selfish answer, if I wasn't going inward of myself, was to live in the version of myself that lived in a reality where we actually understood non-anthropogenic consciousness and empathy, and actually had non-anthropogenic empathy. Because I'd really like to live in a world where I could actually genuinely be friends with a whale.
That would be
or
cool.
like, you know, like just the other animals or fungi that we know.
Maybe like Ezra.
Yeah, like kind of like some weird Jedi shit like that. Yeah, where you could actually be like, oh, the midichlorians are everywhere, and I talk to trees. You know, I think that would be like that.
That'd
That
be so cool.
Like even whatever version of me that is, even if it's like evil, happy, sad, whatever. Like just to be in that world where it's actually like, because I think that's the closest to like an actual magic world that we could have in the practical world, right? Where we actually understood that we weren't the only things here and lived in this shared space, and like to learn how to talk to a mushroom. That's like, you know what I mean, right? That'd be crazy.
Yo, man, I might be tripping on your cousin.
But I'd like to like have a relationship with you in a chess sense. I'd like to play chess with you, my mushroom friend.
And right here on this patch of moss that's next to the rock that you are growing on.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, exactly, right? Or like to be able to like just genuinely ask, like I'm just walking, you know, just driving down the street or whatever, right? And I encounter, you know, whatever wildlife and be like, what are you doing here?
Ask the birds.
Tell me, what'd
you see today?
Like, do you like the shiny things I give you? Do you like the nuts or do you like the fries? Be honest with me.
Yeah. Hey, Crow. What did the neighbor say to you yesterday? Because you dive bombed that window so hard.
I don't know, because like I just think like to be able to like, and I hope like that we can actually get to like a lived reality where like that's our norm, because I think we're getting like in our lifetime that's going to be one of the biggest changes we see is like the acceptance of like just non-anthropogenic intelligence and like consciousness, because I think we're going to, it's like I said, a repeated format. So I just think we're challenging the notion of consciousness in some very serious ways now, and like especially with like AI's use of like to understand like whale like language and stuff like that. Like I think we're going to over the course of our lifetime really understand that like maybe it was the friends that were here all along the way, right? You know, kind of moment, right?
It really was magic.
But like I would really like to have a that whatever universe where we just have that harmony, where we can actually just have that, where we never fell from Eden, quote unquote, right?
Yeah, that's a nice alternate parallel universe version
it'd be cool.
of yourself.
It'd be I just see what it'd be like. That'd be more to see what that world is like.
Yeah, just experience it.
Yeah, not for the version of myself.
No, but just
that
like
world.
to experience that. I think there are two versions. Of parallel Sam that I would like to meet. The first version.
No, let's give me the second version.
Oh, you want the second version?
Yeah, I want the second version.
Is the version of Sam who lives in the future that was laid out for us, right? Where we were supposed to have everything high tech, like aliens are living on the world with us. Everyone is living in like a community on a planet where it's like different species and creations of life are walking.
The 1950s thought that the future would be.
Exactly. Yeah. And I have like a neural link in my head that I just like blink a certain way or think a thought and I open up the news and I see what today is going to be like and I'm playing some weird space ball.
Glarb.
You're
just playing Glarb.
Like, that would just be really cool.
Yeah.
And like adventuring with my best friend who's from another galaxy, right?
Space Tall.
Yes, Space Tall. Version number 1.
Hold on, let's not just
okay, we're not done. We're not done.
I want to acknowledge, like, in this version, since this is your ideal parallel universe of yourself, what is the... We're in a space situation. What government is that? Are we in like, because all the space like science fiction that we watch is almost all dystopian shit.
It would.
So like, what's your non-dystopian? Because I would assume you're not going to a dystopian version.
Correct. It would be a utopia with dystopian themes, right? Because
some like dark cottagecore themes, but still cottagecore.
Kind of like our life today. You know, life is utopia, but there's a lot of dystopia to that. Utopia. I think in this universe, the humans would be a puppet to who truly controls the universe, which would be some other big spatial creature who has the power that's larger than us, but they want us to live in harmony. So, yeah, that's kind of my dystopia utopia. They want harmony, they want peace, they want balance, kind of like the Jedi.
Crazy concept.
Crazy.
That's what you're interested in.
I do think the pizza's here.
I do think the pizza's here. Oop. Well, Sam, I do think you're right. I do think the pizza is out of the oven, so I don't mean to rush you by any means. But let's get to the first reality here, since I like to derail us so much.
So the first reality, first parallel universe version of myself, is basically Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
But in today's
Would
time.
it be more of actually, challenge follow-up, would actually be more of like the librarian?
It would be like the librarian from the Mummy movies meets Indiana Jones and is like a power force.
Okay.
In the archaeology, anthropology.
What would be your
universe.
first, like, attempted, not heist?
Oh, okay. So Cappadocia has these underground cities, and most of them aren't actually, like, truly, like, nobody's really gone down because they go down really deep and they're, like, obviously nervous about the integrity of it. So in this parallel universe, there is life that's down there, right? And
are we talking about like mole people, aliens, reptile people?
Probably people with some extraterrestrial or
so like some like hybrid humanoid
like thing that they're worshiping that like is giving them longevity, supernatural thing, and
some like Lovecraftian shit.
Yeah, like maybe it opens up a
some
portal.
elder god shit. Yeah,
like Cthulhu.
Yeah,
and then
Lulu.
So Cthulhu said, but the goal, they would have this tablet that would supposedly give you
the 10 Commandments.
Not the 10 Commandments, but the key to unlocking a second planet that could inhibit life that is in this universe, right? And
would it
all
be
the powers
in the solar system, or is it?
It would be in our solar system.
It is in our solar system. Okay.
And so
it'd be like Europa or some shit like that, kind of.
Yeah.
So almost like a 2001 Space Odyssey, where they kind of go to the Saturn thing,
right?
Okay.
Without Hal.
Yeah. Gotcha. 100%. No, I'm following. I'm tracking this. Okay.
And all the powers that be are hiring everybody, and I'm just a librarian professor who could be like,
where are the powers that be? Like on either side.
Country leaders.
So what time era are we in? Are we like Nazi area, like in Indiana Jones? Or are we like?
I would say like 2075.
Oh, so we're in like the factions
No.
aren't around right now.
No.
We're a new faction.
Like it's like a weird Pangea style thing because somehow
the
continents
entire
have
continents
drifted
have moved
together.
in 50 years. In 50 years, the entire continent.
Correct.
It's a parallel universe. It could just be a different continent setup. Yeah, I guess.
Listen, gravity doesn't
work. Dinosaurs
work.
never went extinct. That actually, I like that.
That'd be so cool.
Little Dinotopia to it.
Yeah. Gravity is different in this universe. Okay.
It's It's actually 0.9, so you're actually a little bit lighter.
It rotates a little bit slower, and so when there's an earthquake, it shakes the things.
That's not how that works.
That's how it works in this universe.
No. I don't know like all the math and science, and I'm not the person you should be going to. If you want to, go to Jared on the ACOD podcast. I'm sure he knows the science. That's not, doesn't it? No, the gravity has to do with like the sun.
This is my parallel universe.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I apologize. You're right.
The
You
sun
can have
is
whatever
smaller in this universe.
Whatever physics you want. Whatever physics you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, my apologies. I don't need to rain on your
sense.
parade. I don't need to be the one doing that.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I would have to go and steal this because I know that if this tablet gets into the hands of people who run countries, it's going to destroy everybody, right? Because we're going to go and destroy another planet, and somebody's gonna try to become a powerhouse and overrule us all. So
Can you cast spells?
Probably when I touch it.
Oh, so he gives you. So this is like your origin story.
Yeah, this is like the origin story of like Sam, the librarian archaeologist.
So what would you like? So you met this person. Why? When then you meet them? Then what?
I would be like, dude, what was it like?
Just what it was the like moment. Okay.
Dude, what was that like? And I'd sit back, I'd put my feet up, and I'd probably drink my coffee, and I'd be like, it was a wild time.
And you finally had your story.
Yes, and there's my story.
I do like that.
That was a little
That would be a
chaotic.
fun one. It was chaotic, but that was
no
a good
thoughts going into that.
That was a fun universe, though.
We were
I would
building
be
it as
really
we went.
interesting to like interact with that version of you because
She's badass.
she's committed war crimes, Sam. And
Exactly.
I think I would like to have an honest accountability conversation with them.
And there's definitely a parallel universe Sam who has committed war crimes.
Oh, isn't this one yet? We'll find out.
There's still time.
There's still time. Oh, yeah.
It's only 2024.
We got, yeah, it is. Oh,
Oh, God.
Yeah, it is. That is true. And we're into hot single folk. No, we're not. That's not
We're
true.
not.
That's not
Take
how
those
that
words
works.
back.
We're not. We're relatively young. I think, though.
We're young.
Yeah, but we're not single. Yeah, that ends right there.
We're young.
I'm always open to more weird queer life partners, though.
There you go.
We can always do that. We can always have weird dynamics and that stuff like that. So
Cookie grunts and agrees.
I think it's more of a disagreement. I think it's the stew.
I think she just wants pizza.
Yeah, she just want pizza.
Yeah.
We should go have some pizza
Yeah.
too.
So
we should close this out, Sam.
Traveler, thanks for popping in. I hope you enjoyed our little thoughts, no thoughts, but became kind of thoughtful on Tal's end and very introspective.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. As always, you are loved. You are welcome.
And goddamn it.
Have a great day.
Yay!